Cue the GM's first dice drop. Star Wars Dawn of Defiance, The Traitor's Gambit. Here we go, boys. To another exciting week here at Rollmongers, where we are traveling the space lanes of Saga Edition Star Wars. That's right, the edition everyone hates. The one that they all say is broken. But you know what? It's the only edition that has Dawn of Defiance, where we get to start a rebellion all by ourselves.
So, you thought you could hide your deal with the Offworlders from me, droid? I am tired of not getting my cut. Turn them into scrap heap, boys. Roll for initiative.
When last we left our heroes, our characters had a meeting with Switch, the gangster. That meeting was interrupted by a rival gang.
Just then, the door bursts open right before we hear faint blaster fire in the hallway as Switch was finishing his sentence.
Pew, 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 pew.
The door blows right off of its hinges, inward. Luckily, we are far enough away, and through the smoke, in dramatic effect, appearing several men in the hallway, obvious, but the most prominent figure, in comes an alien. A large Chevin is the name of this man's alien species, with rags and a long trunk carrying a cane, his trunk hanging low to the ground, and his mouth twisted in a snarl. He seems to recognize who is in the room, except for your party, ignores you guys, and immediately addresses Switch.
Roll for initiative.
Oh, select your mini. And then click the initiative button. My reaction time's terrible.
What do you got, guys? Call them out as you're rolling.
I got 4.
Sorry, Ask-a-Leth. What'd you get?
7.15, so 7.
I got 4.
4 for Rawl. Merrick?
27.
You guys are quick.
It's more twitchy.
I have a 25.
21.
Have you guys all taken your condition track back up to normal?
Yep.
Because
I have.
Yep.
I'm reading 25. Poser, what'd you get?
21.
Yeah, Poser, Rahal, Ask-a-Leth, Thugs, Merrick, Switch. Did I miss anybody? Oh, right. Big guy. All right. Cutting off your deal as Switch seemed to be about to agree to 600 credits, and you guys literally, deciding, opening your mouths. If you have it, sudden blaster fire from outside the hall, and suddenly the blast doors leading into the storage bay slide open, fall from their hinges to reveal a number of armed thugs outside, and in the midst of this rabble, this large Chevin comes in, his trunk hanging so low to the ground, and he delivers his line.
Turn them into scrap heap, boys.
Starting at the top with Merrick.
So looking at the situation here, is he a singular entity, or do we see the troops in the hall?
You see the guys in the hallway. The X's are dead bodyguards that count as difficult terrain that the one gangster by himself has literally, stepped over, and you see a whole pile of guys out there in the hall behind him. So you actually can see the scene as posted. This is how it is in this moment, starting with Merrick.
Can I use SASHA?
You can pull SASHA as a move action and then use her where you stand. You can pull SASHA as a move action and move off somewhere because you have a base attack of +1. If you want to pull SASHA and move for cover, you can.
SASHA wishes to speak at the moment.
Okay.
Oh,
So you pull SASHA.
it teetered. It teetered on the 20.
You pull
Oh,
SASHA.
so close.
Talk me through the actions here. I was giving you options.
Yeah. So I'll pull. Basically, Sasha comes slinging straight up, points levels at the intruders who burst into the door, and I fire the undercarriage, which is a grenade launcher.
Right. This might be a good time where, I don't know, foolishly earlier in the campaign to get them to play with only 4 characters, I felt that a DM gift for each, and sort of breaking a written rule about do not let first level characters have military grade weapons. Ryan sold me on the idea that his character has a Republic era backstory, this kind of thing. And if he couldn't get it, maybe his new employer could. But I'm regretting that decision now. As
it's okay, I have license for these.
They all pop up and jump in there. Yeah, but owning one obviously is a huge advantage. It's like giving the guy a fireball. Hi, we're the bad guys. Look at us all clustered there at the door. Boom.
Well, that's their fault for being clustered. If they were smart troops, they would post up on the door, toss in smoke grenades or flashbangs, and breach and clear. Obviously, they aren't trained. That's their fault.
When you level, I am totally making you take a rank in knowledge tactics. And not more force use, because you know way too much for a Padawan. Seen too much of the war. Well, these guys also were not expecting you. We were not expecting you guys to be here. We expected a whole bunch of, calm thugs and.
Well, I mean, no one expects Merrick.
Nobody expects Nobody expects Sasha.
I gotta put that on a T-shirt for our podcast. Nobody expects Merrick. I'm writing that down. No,
Sasha judges you. That's awesome. I just read that.
Sasha judges you.
I like that. Sasha judges you. All right, I'm writing that down.
Nobody expects Merrick.
That's awesome.
My boss is in meeting. He will see you never.
So, what is the square radius? Do you
2 square radius?
2 square radius. So do you hit
I was hoping you
square?
would have posted the notes. Give me a second here.
You know what I'm saying? Like, are we talking 2 adjacent, like in
Yeah.
the auto fire, or is it like 4 in a little cluster? Are we saying a 2 square radius in every direction, or either way? It looks like I've got some reflex saves to make. Where can you ping your square of origin for me? Are you hitting the guy with it? Are you dropping it behind him?
Yeah,
outside the
I
hall?
would have to honestly say it was probably leveled at the guy's chest.
Oh, okay.
So if he wanted to, he could, kind of deke out of the way, but Bob behind him may not appreciate it.
Oh, he get hit. He just gets a reflex save for half. Like, that whole place is going to get lit up by front of the door. I just want to know if you hit him in the chest or if you tried to lob it past him so it goes outside the door and lights up everybody out in the hall.
No. That's tactically that would be the best thing to do is to shoot past him and have the explosion encroach on him. But I have to say, Merrick's instinct would have been aimed for the face or the chest or the daddy region.
So offense, it's face or chest. It's defense. You were screaming earlier in combat. It's not the face, not the chest. Face is the moneymaker. I remember that.
Face, chest, groin. It's one of the 3.
Oh, okay. I assume you're saving the latter for people that you really don't like.
You can has to play that theme song that here
Yeah.
comes the boom, here comes the boom.
So yeah, it's not the 9 grid. It literally is the 12 grid. He's the point of origin, according to this. I will draw. You guys actually get now the walls do give a little wee bit of bonuses, but we're talking like outside of that. This area, and then the blast projects off of him into sort of a shallow area like this because of the walls. Behind it, there's cover. He's still catching a lot of dudes.
That makes sense.
Because the guys in the back here are directly behind him through an open doorway, which I literally blew off the hinges. Lucky me. You're going to get a lot of the guys in the hall, except for the guys maybe in the back corners. So, damage was 12 to attack the square, right?
And 13 for damage.
Now, do you need to hit a certain DC to actually get to the square you wish?
That's just a blanket for the area effect.
Yeah, but a player could argue, I just lob my grenade far as I can, and look at that, right in the hoop, in the machete grenade pit. Machine. Oh, they all were dead center. No, It's got to be something to do with the actual attack roll. Now, your
It's
distance.
you compare the attack roll to the reflex defense of every target in the burst radius. Creatures that you hit take full damage, and creatures you miss take half. A target with evasion takes half, and no, like the standard area of effect rules apply.
Oh,
right?
so I'm not rolling. You're hitting my defenses.
Correct.
Basically, yes.
Ah, right. Okay, I got you now. So basically, your attack of 12. I knew there was something to do with that attack roll. Okay, so attack of 12. I'm just comparing to our reflex.
Reflex.
Gotcha. Okay, so my reflex actually is 12 for the guy. So you just hit, but you hit him, right? You have to hit the reflex.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He gets it straight in the chest.
Right in the chest. The thugs all have like 10. So, and even if I give these guys like +2 for cover from corners, that still isn't enough. So, what was the damage? 13 points?
Yeah.
All right, are you ready for this? Starting behind Chevin, the guys in the hallway, you hit him right in the chest, engulf him in a fireball. And in a flash of light, smoke, you see the large Chevin stagger in his square, but he doesn't go down. However, out in the hallway, vape. Yeah. Oh, hang on. Vape. Okay. I brought with me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dudes. They all had like 9. And you did 13 points of damage. So you incinerate 6 guys. And there's one guy out there in the blast radius. So there's Merrick, right? What? Turns around, noob tubes him. Smoke clears. Poser. You're looking at a pissed off, confused Chevin. You cannot see from where you are because direct line of sight, the guy in the hallway is through a wall. You just see a whole bunch of guys lying in the hallway and a staggering Chevin that looks confused and mad. What do? You're next.
What's this big object right here?
It's a bunch of crap wires and debris that has fallen from the ceiling onto the floor. So it's just considered low and difficult terrain. Not really something you can hide behind unless you went prone. But it's just crap in the way, really. 2 squares wide and 4 squares deep. So and it runs towards them. So you're kind of stuck running along this debris, or you'd have to back up and go around behind it to get like a strafing position.
Okay, shoot. Trying to find movement speed's just 6 squares, right?
Unless you've got feats that extend it, or your smaller size.
No and no. Okay.
Merrick, how many grenades do you have?
That's a personal question, but to be honest, I only have 1 gas grenade left. That was like a one-time thing.
Okay. I was going to say,
Until we can afford to find you some
bandolier,
other
no,
ones.
there's no way you're walking around with like 20 of these. Yeah.
They're expensive.
Yes, they are. Okay, so that was an emergency, and you were just about to make a deal, and you solved the problem. Now you got to go buy more. That's fine. This is good.
I have 1 more, but it's a gas.
Yeah, because you actually had to buy this stuff with your character.
And I have license. I do have license for these items. It's illegal.
Okay. So anyway, back to Poser.
So, Poser's just going to calmly stroll over here
Okay.
and just kind of pull out his guitar while leaning up against the box.
Okay, so he literally, for those that can't see this, he literally crossed in the line of fire. He's in front of all the allies, Switch and thugs. He's between the big good guys and the bad guys, and he casually strolled straight right to left across the battlefield and tucked himself behind a box on the one side. All right, Switch hits the floor, gets behind his desk console, goes prone, takes cover, full cover. Next is Gangalore, who is upset. He, as a move action, he stands right where he is. As a move action, he draws his weapon and he fires directly back at Merrick. And not sure what he says, but it comes out with a whole bunch of alien rage. Nasty, really, words about Merrick's family, particularly parents. The feminine parent, I would guess he's probably very mad at specifically. And he shoots his blaster pistol at you. Merrick, what is your reflex defense?
15.
Oh, missed you by 1. I got a 14. Or should I say, Gangalore gets a 14. And that's him done.
Ha!
Now
You
his,
shoot like child folks.
now his guys go. Okay. Drawing their weapon while moving. Thank goodness for base attack of +1. So basically stumbling over his dead comrades. Now luckily you can go diagonally, but I do have to count double movement for like the bodies. Okay. I can get as far as here. So he comes into the room, sees Gangalore shooting at the big merc in the center. There's a whole bunch of people everywhere. Back up the boss. You know what? My boss's orders were to turn the droid into a scrap heap. No, he fell behind a counter. He's got too many people in front of him. So first we have to shoot the people in front of him. My choices are Rahal and Merrick. And Merrick just unloaded a grenade, killed everybody. So we'll say Rahal's luck is with him this encounter. And he will shoot at...
Yeah, because I'm probably not even going to hit anyone. It's going to be like, pew, pew, pew. It's just going to like, bounce off the floor or something.
Well, the last fight I had no mercy for you because you were just out in the open and the bad guys identified you like any other combatant. But this situation's playing out a bit differently. 19.
That hits.
That hits. Standard blaster pistol, ladies and gentlemen, not heavy blaster, is 3d6. Merrick takes 13 points. These guys are giving as good as they're getting because that's exactly the damage that you gave us.
Sort of.
Take that. Take that. Thug number 4. Okay, switches thugs. Pull weapons and move up. They basically they use this sort of as a firing line. Stepping aside from Rahal and using the astromech droid as cover, one thug stays back with switch, moves over, opens fire at the bad guy that just shot Merrick. The two other thugs move up to Merrick's firing line and each take a shot at Gangalore, the rival gang leader. Which is really funny because this is, with said bad guys, we're talking about like little +1s to hit. So a 14, a 16, and a 7. Gangalore gets hit twice. Oh, sorry, no. A 14 from the first guy shoots the other opposing thug. The second guy shoots Gangalore. The third guy misses. Thug number 4 that got a shot on Merrick takes a blaster bolt, 13 points, and goes down with a gurgle and a cry.
Look at your damage rolls with those D6.
3d6, and this isn't even like other. We're getting the 3d8 soon with like stormtrooper rifles and stuff. Like this game is so brutal at first level. You guys can get wiped off the map, and that's soldiers. We're not talking about you, man, with 18 hit points. We're talking about the 30-point Merrick standing his ground in a couple shots. This is just crazy how bad this can get.
Well, it makes sense.
Bad
It's all
guy.
about not getting shot.
Bad guy number 2. Okay, so first the guy takes 13 points from Merrick's grenade, right? That puts him here. Then he gets shot for another 7 from, coworker number 3. And he's right there, like the guy's just staggering on the edge and looking so pissed. That's the thugs. Askaleth, you're up. Rahal, you're on deck. What do you do, Doctor?
Well, I'm kind of tempted to draw on fire too, but now they're in front of me, so I can't really do that.
You can move through friendlies if you just want to move up and over and into the line.
Yeah, but that would be like moving, and then I'd get to draw, and that would be my turn. Then he'd be dead.
Sort of, yes, and it's also sort of breaking your hypocritical oath. I mean,
There's that.
Yeah.
The bad guys are getting pelted. It's not like if I don't draw my weapon and aid my allies, more people are going to die than if I don't draw my weapon. They're just hosing the bad
Poser's literally sitting behind a crate, strumming his guitar.
Yeah, it's like providing battle music.
That's awesome.
Somebody remind me that when we do the editing and I put in the combat music, because the combat music I've got in the pilot is really good in the background. There's a Qatar one.
In that case, he kind of nonchalantly reaches into his pack, pulls out a med kit, and walks over to Merrick from behind.
Okay, you just get ready. You decide the fight's almost over, so you're just getting in position.
Yep, pretty much.
All right, Rahal.
There's an advantage to having large-sized soldiers.
That's true.
Rahal draws his pistol,
Yep.
and while he's doing that, he says, "I think you'd better surrender. It looks like you walked into the wrong room, buddy."
Okay. So you delay.
I delay for
his... Sorry, you're readying an action, right?
Yeah, I delay for his response. If he goes to shoot again,
Yeah. So...
I shoot.
And with a delayed action, you're allowed still a move action. So basically, as your move action is get your weapon ready, and if this guy makes a move, you're gonna shoot.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Merrick, you're up.
Do I have any juice left in my jetpack?
Yeah.
All right. Now, I want to tell you what I want to do, and you tell me how this could play out thematically, and just let him know if I land in my face or whatever. But I want to charge him with my shoulder and use my jetpack to do it.
You want a bull rush using your jetpack.
As long as you don't go more than 12 squares in one shot to do this, you can do it.
Yeah, he's only 6 squares away.
That's
what I would like to do.
Yeah, it's
I
like,
read it.
GM.
yeah, like so. Instead of the Boba Fett leaning down and releasing the missile out of the top of his jetpack, you just lean down and get into like the football position, hut,
Missile.
and then just freaking let go on the throttle, and he just skates across the floor like the boots are just going.
We talked about the three speeds. I'm using the number 3.
All right, it's whoosh. All right. First, I'd like a piloting check. I'd like a bull rush. Now, there's no combat maneuver in this game, so it's just an attack roll, is it not?
That's a 6 piloting.
Okay. It goes flying past him. Oops.
Luckily, it's basic geometry, a straight line.
Yeah, straight. Yeah, I know. DC's really low. Straight line, full throttle. I'll give it to you. Let's see what the attack roll is.
So just roll like a normal blaster rifle because it gets with my dex modifier, or
Special maneuvers in this? I don't think we've actually. This is the first time we've come up to that.
I know in Pathfinder, I think they're based off of strength.
Oh, hang on.
so I can make an attack roll easy enough.
They call it Bantha Rush.
Oh, let me guess. Let me guess. It's a feat. Without it, he can't do it. Just like all that grappling we went through, right?
Yeah, it is a feat.
All right. Well, in this case, luckily, he hasn't learned how to properly run at a guy and bull rush him. He is literally going, I point my jetpack at a target, and my body will hit him. So he can do it, but he himself will probably take the same effect. You know what I mean? It's like I point myself at the wall and ignite.
Yep.
So there you go.
Yep, I'll take that.
All right, go for it.
So, I'm just going to use my blaster rifle attack roll until I get something programmed into this.
Well, actually, like I said, you're not shooting with a gun. You're shooting with your body, so it would be you're piloting.
So another piloting check?
Well, you get to use your base attack, right? Because it's still an attack.
Yeah, and I think it would count as an unarmed strike, but there might be a bit of a modifier because he's not really unarmed. He's using a
I have a base
jetpack to
attack
project
of
him.
1, and I have a strength modifier of 1, and I have a dexterity modifier of 3.
Well, when you normally
That
bull rush, like combat maneuver bonuses and stuff, don't go with dex. The defense does, but the offense does. So you got your strength of 1.
Yes.
Base
I have a
attack of
strength
1,
modifier of +1, base attack of 1, and
2.
yeah.
Right. And what is your actual piloting skill at right now?
It's a 3.
Yeah, so you're actually better off piloting than just to try and run at him. So I'm going to go with your original piloting roll of 6 to hit his reflex.
Sweet.
So you miss. So basically, you go flying at him.
I disappeared down the hall.
And the last minute, he steps out of the way, you kind of miss, and you just whoosh into the hallway.
I'm off map. See you later.
Or, like I said, you fail, and you hit him and you bounce.
Oh, here's a challenge.
Yeah, you bounce off the guy, right? Just,
My job here is done.
yeah.
He probably just didn't align himself up right because he doesn't have the feet, and he just like glanced off the side.
Well, since we're like reflex, and people can jump out of the way and reflex, I'm going to say the guy just turned in the square and he just went out in the hallway. Whee! So that's Merrick. Poser.
Poser's just going to chuckle and keep strumming.
Switch. Calling out orders to his men.
Aid me! Save me! You guys too! You work for me now. Credits in it for you.
The bad guy. Just staggering, confused. Maybe he just like staggered to one side at the last minute, and Merrick goes flying by. Still's got his gun in his hand. He looks over his shoulder at Merrick, who like just goes flying out into the hallway, and back at you guys. Okay, he goes to shoot, and cue Rawls action. He goes to shoot, and
and I shoot him.
right.
I shoot him.
He looks confused. All right, looks at Merrick. He's got his gun kind of pointed that way. He looks at you guys, kind of confused, like, what the hell? And then he just pulls his gun up towards you guys, and you're like, 11, miss. It's 12. You shoot at him, and he's like staggered around. Shoots. So it's like a Wild West thing, right? He goes to shoot, and you shoot first, and he shoots at you. Only in this scenario, Han gets hit, not Guido. Well, we'll see. I actually have to shoot.
Yeah,
I have to shoot at
I was going to say, you do have to roll.
Sorry.
My reflex is 12.
Oh, same as mine. Maybe we should move a little closer. That would be funny. We both miss.
Oh.
21.
Oh.
Okay, I did not. It would just be funny if
You
we
did not
both
miss.
miss and then we just decide to like bring it in a couple squares. Okay, let's go again. I shoot you.
Please
Roll.
don't roll max damage.
Sorry,
Please
man.
don't roll. Please don't roll max damage.
3d6. Here it comes. You were so lucky. A 1 and 2 2s. 5 points. Raw. And the healthy bar goes down a bit. And I'm still standing.
Ugh, should have taken cover.
My thug is dead. Their thugs, they all light up Gangalar. So it becomes a group effort. There was that great thing, the big standoff in the Wild West, but you got to forgive we're low level. Maybe you'll get a moment again, somewhere around 5th or whatever level where there's that standoff again and you get to look cool Raw, but not today. These guys are all shooting wildly. 2, 2, 2, 7, 3s. One finally clips him slightly with a 12, barely hitting the guy.
But it might be enough.
Well, considering he had like
Yes, it
one hit
will.
point left, yeah. Shoot him in the head. And he goes down. All goes quiet. The last thing we hear is the jetpack out in the hallway that's pinning Merrick semi-conscious to the wall. Flames down and sputters out, finally reaching its fuel capacity end.
I don't think I want to heal him just yet.
He deserved that. You were like right there with the med pack. Like, talk about doing your job, and the guy just goes zooming away from
you. Got like a lot of exhaust in your face too, because like jetpacks when they initially like kick out some smoke.
Well, there's a wounded guy beside you. The doctor just kind of like shrugs and.
I mean, it's the only one I have left, so I'll wait for now.
Oh,
Unless Raw really needs
Don't
to.
worry about it. I'm not seriously hurt.
That's awesome. Pre-battle end, he runs up to help Merrick, and Merrick buggers off, and you take a shot right in front of him to the arm, and you're looking at him, and he's holding the med pack, and then he just slowly puts it away right in front of you.
I'm more worried about my jacket that's got a blaster hole in the arm.
Yeah, it's my last one.
He's all worried about being asked for a medicated way. You're like, get a tailor, get a tailor, get a tailor.
My clothes.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Damn it, I just got this suit.
Never a dull moment. Poser, these guys are so much fun. Way more fun than hanging out with Master and learning the ways of Jedi.
Poser's just gonna shake his head and be like, what a waste of life.
Oh. Switch. A robotic hand clambering up on the console pulls himself back up and surveys the scene. No casualties to him and his men. You guys have taken the brunt of assault and were great aid dealing out most of the damage, though his guys did help.
Excellent work, gentlemen. I was right to offer you into my employ. Shall we resume negotiations?
Indeed. I believe you were about to offer us a most generous discount.
Yes. 3 surviving members?
His has anaerobotic nibs above the eyebrow level that sort of crease and shift up and down, confused as he leans to the left, looking past Askaleth out into the hallway. At these, Merrick is still propped up on his feet,
I'm okay.
pushing himself off the wall, giving a thumbs up.
Yes. 200. So I believe 400 credits. should be suffice.
I suppose that's fair. And he reaches into his pocket, pulls out his little data or cred stick, sets it on the desk in front of him. Now, I believe there was something you were supposed to have for us.
Yes.
He turns and grabs a data pad, plugs in, fills it with information. The small astromech droid moving a step closer to you, beeping and whirling, offering you the pad.
I grab the pad and read it.
It's another cargo bay, denoting the package number and the container room that's in, and the actual cargo bay number where you can find it. Nothing about the cargo itself, just where the box is, quite literally.
Perfect. Well, I thank you, good sir. It was certainly an interesting experience doing business with you, and you'll be hearing from us in the future.
It's a pleasure doing business with professionals. I thought curiosity might have gotten the better of you, and you would have asked what was inside.
Your professionalism speaks volumes, indicating
I'm sure
that you
we'll
didn't
find
ask.
out soon enough. Right, I didn't.
So, gentlemen.
Take the pad, turn, cue the Travolta music. Strut towards the blow.
Poser switches songs as soon as he starts to turn.
Oh my god, we can do that!
Cranks
Oh
up
yeah,
the
we
treble
can
and-
do that.
Cranks
Just
up the treble and actually plucks out. Yeah,
Points at
yeah.
Poser.
Points a poser, right? I'm not sure what a guitar rig does it, but makes that 70s twang amplified sound, right? The poser just switches the controls on his guitar axe to amplify that, 70s pluck.
We're going to win every negotiations from here on out now that we have this.
Poser's always going to have to enter the room all nonchalantly and sneaky. Just bust out his instrument.
So, Poser, do you follow them out playing? You play them out of the room?
Well, as soon as he reaches the door, he's gonna stuff the axe back in the bag, zip up the bag, toss it over the shoulder, and as he's walking past all the dead guys, he's gonna look for a blaster, any Eclipse, and possibly a new synth rope to replace his old one that he just lost in the abyss.
I was going to say, you went from awesome Force user and you instantly got demoted to Bard. But now you're scavenging. That's good. That's good. Okay.
Hey man, Bards rule.
One last thing, Doctor, before you scoot across the room. Switch watches all this play out in front of him and leans over his desk at you.
Are you sure you don't wish to work for me directly?
He says curiously, cocking his head.
Last chance to work in my direct employ and stay here.
One hand circle
Oh,
flipping palm up towards the circus that's leaving.
How very tempting that is, but there is yet many things I must find out for myself. Thank you for the offer.
I look forward from hearing from you.
As do we. Good day. And he heads out.
As you guys saunter out into the broken down hallway of the sub-levels.
Yep.
The last thing you guys hear as you guys walk away.
Don't just stand there. Fix the door.
He instructs his own men.
And do something about that vent. We can't have anyone just dropping it on us.
Gentlemen, entering the musty, gaseous, decrepit, rust-sparking hallway that you would have discovered coming in, it's not a pretty sight, but you're pretty sure that the auxiliary halls do connect to the lifts. The basic layout you've seen of this entire station a few times at R4, you're pretty sure you can circumnavigate. So bringing you guys a little ways away from Switch and his men.
Mm-hmm. As soon as we're kind of out of earshot,
standing in front of a turbo lift to regain access to the upper levels.
I'm going to hand the pad over to Askaleth and ask him to get if he can get the location or get us directions.
I'll see if I can find a way to connect that or transmit that datapad information to R4, or at least the place we're going.
Our heroes, damn it, I called them heroes, are facing an elevator, which they believe will take them back to the promenade, according to our Thor, their R4 unit. They don't want to return to the promenade because they caused some destruction, death, and mayhem there. As Dr. Leth and their current plan was for these two to go off, find a console to hack once again, and cause some sort of distraction. Our Thor assures his new master that he's got this and goes off alone. Dr. Leth joins the heroes. We go now to the interior of the elevator. Gentlemen, what are you doing?
Riding an elevator.
Are we doing a weapons check? Are we, making ourselves presentable after a fight?
Reload, fresh energy clips.
Show me any serious injuries they might have.
Is there elevator music?
Oh, of course. Can't you hear it? I'm going to dub that in. You guys don't have to sing it. That's going to sound weird. That's the weirdest thing about me editing is sometimes we, especially like singing stuff, and I've put music over top of it, and it works until one of us starts singing, yeah, there's music for this, da-da-da-da-da-da. All right. And it's like, what?
All right. I kind of run in the elevator with more hustle and bustle to get into it, but now that I'm standing into it, the music's kind of soothed me, and just kind of jiving, tapping one foot to it.
I got a little bit of a flesh wound here, Doc.
Now, please present your injuries. I'm getting out my medical equipment and motioning for the guys to show me any serious injuries they might have.
Dr. Leth is, poking at you guys and just making sure that no one's shot up too badly.
Oh no, a flesh wound. Well, let us see it at any rate.
So, first victim being Rahal from Dr. Leth while he's checking him out with treat injury. 21.
Look at that. Better than new. Anyone else?
Anyone else wants the doctor to get extra friendly? Take some clothes off and show your battle scars? Anyone else got hit? Did anybody get hit last battle?
I think I am bleeding from this too. Oh yeah, I got shot up.
All right.
Oh, I was behind a crate.
Lucky crate.
Yes.
I was in front of blaster fire.
Tactics 101. Move for cover whilst drawing weapon. Unlike in D&D where everybody runs up and the ranger and the spellcaster fall back. In this game, if you just pull a gun and stand out in the open like you do with a bow or crossbow, you're a sitting duck. So everyone has learned the tactical advantage of running and jumping behind stuff in our last battle. The bad guys weren't so lucky. They had a doorway and that was it. And that didn't serve them very well against a area grenade. Was that incendiary? I can't say it. Was that a blow 'em up real good grenade there, Merrick, that you launched at them? Now you're ammo-less?
Yeah, that was a frag grenade.
A frag. Frag
out.
Yep. I almost picture your guy in the Halo armor, Master Chief.
Oh, in time. In time.
He's working on it.
He's working on it, one piece at a time. Right now, his jumpsuit, he's just painted it green, which looks kind of weird.
No, it'd be like digital camo, like black and gray.
Oh, okay. So the urban camo of black and gray.
Yep.
I see. Interesting. All right. I'm digging that. So, Dr. Leth is managed to give you guys the treat injury. Heal damage. You can make a DC 20 to treat injury, perform surgery on a wounded character, blah, blah, blah. The first aid, though, is what I can only do in the elevator. He starts burning med packs. Now, I believe he used his, but a couple episodes ago, Rahal swiped two from the doctor, right?
I got a couple.
Yeah. So now you get hit points equal to my character level plus 1 for every point in which my check exceeds the DC.
I have 4 total. So.
Right, and he has a medical kit giving him plus 2. First injured person was actually Rahal. Are you injured? Did you lose hit points?
Yes.
Okay.
I was down 5 hit points.
Right, so that 21 is now a 23. Minus 15 is, it's like 8 hit points back. If you that low.
I'll take it.
All right. Next victim, please. Sorry. Next was Merrick, and scratch off 2 med packs because I'm about to burn a second one on you. Rahul, please.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
2, 9, 11. I didn't even have the DC. He tried.
Hold still, please.
The large man shifting the
When
elevator.
you touch it.
So it says if I succeed, I can't try again, but how about if I failed? Didn't say I can't now.
Are you willing to cough up a 3rd med pack there, Rahul?
Yep.
Alright, let's try this one more time.
3 this time. Which is a 10? Which is a 12? No, we're just burning through med packs on. How many?
left? So
How many hit
might as
points
well.
do you have left? Like you started with how many, and how many you got left?
I'm currently at 19
Of 30 something.
of 32.
All right. Well, he's willing to give it up, so I'm gonna go one more time. Oh, come on! Another 3 for 10. That's terrible. I
You're
just
not
wasted.
good doctor.
He just purses his
Sure
lips and his.
you're a doctor?
You know this man is ticklish in his elbow. And his arm. How are you ticklish there? There's barely any nerve endings. There's so much muscle mass. With all this hustling and bustling and moving about, it's impossible to heal this.
Ha! My mother knew how to do better stitching with only by candlelight. You complain too much.
The doors of the elevator open, and we come spilling out with Dr. Leth berating Merrick.
I'll have you know that by the time I was 14, I was conducting major surgery. By the time I was 15, I had graduated with 3 doctorates. I know what I'm doing.
We step out onto the promenade. Rahul,
Yes.
the plan was to quickly try to get to the elevator at the other end.
Yes.
Already,
So I'll step out and take a good look around.
okay. Now, already harshly whispering. They're not being loud, but they're certainly not being quiet. Merrick has gotten touched a nerve with Dr. Leth. Now, the man's not stupid. He doesn't he's not yelling, but he's, academy, blah, 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 into his ear.
Okay. So I'll just shoot a cursory glance back and under my breath say something along the lines of, "Keep it down, guys. We don't want to draw any undue attention."
Indeed.
And scouting ahead to see the most direct, least populated path.
The promenade at the moment has been emptied. There seems to be some sort of official investigation going on in the middle of it.
Of course.
You see an Imperial officer. You see several stormtroopers. You also see 2 men. One is an old man, and 2 stormtroopers are searching him. They have a hold of his gun, his rifle. He's just holding up his hand, complying, and they're patting him down and questioning him. 4 stormtroopers are sort of manhandling this 7-foot-tall Cathar, one of the cat folk race of Star Wars, and they are sort of forcing an arm wrestle like a half Nelson on this guy. So they got an arm up behind his back, and there's troopers all around him, and they actually have rifles trained on him, and they're trying to get him to leave the promenade. So obviously he's just been arrested, and this great big Cathar is putting up a huge protest, and you can hear him in basic with his heavy voice saying,
Do you have any idea who I am? I'm Commander Leopard. No, let me be. No, this is the promenade. I have all sorts of favorite stores here. Get off me! Get off me!
and they just kind of wrestle him around the corner.
I'm Commander Leopard.
The other guy, they just kind of point in the same direction, and the guy just kind of shrugs and starts walking slowly in the same direction.
Okay, well, we'll take advantage of that slight commotion to
Okay.
make our way.
Well, The problem is you have to make your way directly towards the scene.
Oh. Oh.
Because the elevator is still like sort of right there. The elevator you want is on that other corner, and there's still the officer and at least 2 more stormtroopers. And if you guys just roll up as a pack, likely they're going to stop you. Or
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll whisper to the doctor. If that droid of yours has some sort of distraction plan, anytime.
I pull out my comlink and say to R4, have you found the console yet? Well, I don't care what state the lower levels are in. You knew that when you went down there. You should have come up to our level. Yes, well, just do what you can. No, we're out of time. So I shut off the comlink and give you kind of a very exasperated look, and then look around to see if I can find anyone to make my own distraction.
he sees a man kind of loitering in the cantina doorway, watching the show, as it were.
Alright, well, I go up to the man from behind. As I'm kind of walking up behind him, I pull out a small syringe and just kind of pocket it. Well, not really pocket it, but hide it in my hands so that when I can sneak up to him, I can quickly stick him with it. It's a tranquilizer, so hopefully he should kind of pass out. At least that's the idea.
Our doctor leaves the pack, leaves the party, goes striding right up to this guy. Raul, you see him reach into his lab coat pocket and pull out a small pen-sized object. He runs up to the guy, who's literally head turned looking up the hallway at the Imperials, comes up to him, places a hand on his shoulder, and jams the pen object in the guy's neck, and the guy goes down like a ton of bricks.
So as I get him, he starts kind of falling towards me, and I catch him, and I slowly lead him down towards the ground, and then I start yelling out, "Hello, this man needs medical attention. Come help me carry him, he needs medical attention. You need to get to Douglas Medical Supplies."
So the Imperials all kind of look over and go, "Huh?"
Hey nerdlings, Nick Lotus Plays back with some news about the channel and my other work on the interwebs. It's been decided that my 200 subscriber special will be a Q&A. You can submit questions on my Facebook page, on my Twitter page, or in the comment section of this video with the hashtag AskNickLotus. But wait, there's more. For the past several weeks, I've been working behind the scenes with some creative, fun, really cool people. Rollmongers is a group of fellow geeks focused on playing traditional style role-playing games like Pathfinder and the game I recently joined them on, Star Wars Saga Edition. And my friend who you might know from the Peanut Butter Gamer route of my Asagao Academy Let's Play, Lindsay Lloyd, is in on this too. In addition to my Q&A, Rollmongers is holding a contest for you nerdlings. To tell you more, here's the creator and co-founder of Rollmongers and our Star Wars game master, Jeff Ball.
Hello everyone, GM Jeff here to tell you Rollmongers podcasts in collaboration with Nick Lotus Plays 200 subscribers celebrations. We are offering our own little prize to the winner selected. We want you to be an honorary rollmonger, to show off your voice acting skills by doing some cameo voiceovers in our Star Wars Dawn of Defiance actual play podcast. That's right. Our little corner of the galaxy can't wait for you and to show us your rebel support or perhaps Imperial loyalties. Good luck in the contest, and may the fork be with you.
To enter for a chance to win, check out Rollmongers through the links in the description or end card. Then comment on this video, my Facebook page, or my Twitter page with what you think. Tell us about your favorite characters and moments and any predictions you have for the story so far. We'll randomly select a winner to do a guest voiceover on the podcast. Mark your post as an entry with the hashtag Rollmongers. You can also enter by subscribing to Rollmongers on YouTube and following on SoundCloud. The deadline for entries and Q&A questions is Friday, August 18th. Again, I'm thrilled to be celebrating 200 subscribers. Thank you so much for your continued support, nerdlings. And, as always, thanks for watching.